What's up, guys? My name is Kwasa and I'm back with another video. I know I haven't made lots of videos, but I'm always creating the reels. So if you don't watch the long videos, then you can always watch the reels. But as always, I'm always trying to still put in more work day by day. Some days I slack behind, but I never forget the end goal, which is trying as hard as I can to be the best version of myself that there can ever be. So, as all you know, September is always the the suicide prevention month. And as someone who used to struggle with suicide way back, maybe like 5 years ago, it must be the time that I last attempted to take my own life. And for now, you can see the person that I've grown to be, or the person that I am becoming every single day. And I used to struggle with suicide because I always looked at it as a solution to most of the things that I was going through, whether it was at that point I was thinking it was suffering, poverty, I would say like abuse from home, and the hardships that come with growing up in maybe in a family where maybe most of the things are not in order. So uh, plus also feeling like worse all the time, because sometimes I would think that the only way of not feel anything is if I wasn't here. So the back of my mind, I always thought I tried to take my own life many times, but even when I couldn't take my own life, I always had the thought that if things or if life ever gets very, very, very hard, that I could always take my own life. And that's changed as time went on, and I realized that suffering, tragedy, evil stuff that happen around the world, they are all part of life. And I decided to add more meaning to my life, to carry more responsibility. As I've always had people say that, oh, suicide is selfish because you have like other people, blah, 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 blah. Like, yeah. So, yeah, part of it is right. And so I haven't thought about taking my own life in a while. And no matter how hard life gets, I don't think it is something that I will ever think about as a solution or towards how I feel, or I'll never think about it as an escape to whatever I would be feeling or going through. So, and I'm also always trying as hard as I can that no matter what life throws at me, to never feel that low against myself, because I understand it would be a shame against God who has given you all this life. Like there are many people who die every single day. There are people who are in the hospitals right now who can't move. There are people who are really, really sick. And you being able to even be and watch this video, so think about taking your life. It would be a sign to the one who gave it to you that you don't even want it anymore. Then another thing that helped me move away from that kind of suicide mindset was my faith, knowing that as long as I get to wake up every single day, or as long as I woke up every single day, then there was always a chance that if I don't give up, that something would click for me. But the biggest one of all times I think is watching Andrew Tate on those days when he was growing up. It really sparked that fire in me, and I was like, no matter how hard life gets, and there's a video that he said that if you're depressed, stressed, or considering suicide, go to, and you're definitely out of shape, he said that go to the gym fast and try to get a six pack. By the time you get a six pack, you realize you don't even want to kill your own life. And I've been working out for a while. You can see the gains, but I don't have a six pack yet. But even if I had a six pack, I don't think at this point that I would still maybe take my own life. And so working out has been a very, very, very big part of fixing my mental health. I've never visited any therapist or sought for professional health, but I've been able to fix my mindset from wanting to die to trying to living life and appreciating every single day. So if you're watching this and maybe you're contemplating suicide, or because I know it crosses your mind at some point when you're going through a lot of things that life throws at you, is that you can beat it. That's the first thing, but you have to try. And there are many different ways that you can try. One thing, among other things that were making me stressed and depressed, one was because I was broke. So when I started making some money, I'm not saying that making money uh, takes away the suicide idea or the self-harm ideas, but at least um, it kind of reduces it. Because if you were sad about not being broke, now you have money. Still, you might be sad about another thing, but at least it's not being broke. Another thing, you have to find a physical activity that challenges you every single day. And to me, it has been lifting heavy metals in the gym. Because it teaches you a lot of things, whether it's discipline, consistency, uh, patience. It teaches you gratitude. It teaches you a lot of things, having those weights. The another thing is adopting some responsibility. This is the idea that I've always taken from Jordan Peterson, is you need to stop thinking about your life as your own. But imagine you were taking care of yourself as if you were someone that you really loved or cared for about. So, which means you would try to do everything in the right way so you can have a better life. So, you have to set aims in your life as well. Because for every aim that you set, it kind of shapes you when you're trying to achieve that aim. Uh, I've talked about this in the past videos. If you want to be a boxer, you want to be in the UFC, you want to be a footballer, you want to be as like anything, the aims that you set, trying to achieve them, it defines who you become along the journey. Something I always say, is it the journey or the destination, or is it who you become along the destination? And another thing is like, yeah, so some of the ways that I've talked about on how I avoided the suicide mindset is adopting responsibility, trying to put meaning to my own life, trying to make some money, um, finding anything that is hard that you can do, like lifting weights, and being grateful, practicing gratitude. Then, because no matter how life how hard it may be, once you start doing these hard things or setting aims to do some stuff, you realize that no matter how hard life is, at least I can do this, I can do this, and I can do that. And that's how I'm still here. Then also, I one thing I forgot to mention is faith, which is believing in the higher power that you're here for a purpose. And just like David Goggins says, you are the purpose. So you should try to pursue yourself, push yourself to the limits, try and find out who could you be if you were taking care of yourself in different ways. That would mean financially, physically, mentally, and in all other ways. Because if you're watching this video and you're feeling how you're feeling, the thing is that you're not who you could be, and there is pain in knowing that. So try, if you, I'm pretty sure if you can try these things that I've said in this video, because they worked for me and they are still working for me. So every time life throws something at me, whether it's whatever life throws at me these days, I never feel very low to the extent that I would think about trying to end my own life again. One night I woke up and I drank poison. I think it was during the day I had an argument with my mom, and then and I drank poison. And when I drank poison, all I wanted for it to happen was to obviously die, and I never did, and I woke up. So that was like my chance. So now there's no way I can ever risk again or taking poison again or trying anything that would end my life on my own terms. Because even though I have this kind of life, it is not mine to take. Plus, I'm not yet who I could be. So it's the trying to chase the excellence, the perfection that keeps me going, knowing I'm not who I could be, and who can I be if I stay alive, or if I keep on living this life and trying to be the best version of myself. I'm pretty sure this is not the best version of myself. And if you're watching this as well, you are not yet the best version of yourself. My name is Kwasa Genesis, and check on your friends, reach out to, if you're suffering, you can seek professional help. But most times, if you're in Africa like me, there is no professional help. You're the only help that you have. So no one is coming to save you, but you can save yourself. And you won't do that in a day, in a night, or in a week, but you can start. Also, if you need any help, I don't know, in figuring out maybe what's wrong with you, or what are you liking, or even feeling how when you need someone to talk to, like a stranger, then my DMs on Instagram are always open. Plus, the Discord link is in the bio. And yeah, see you next Suicide Prevention Month.